Alright, let's just jump straight into this. I'm doing a launch sealed for Besieged. They are much better EV than the pre-release. They cost less, and every single prize, every single spot, 2-2 and above, is awarded more prizes. So um, they're actually decent. They're actually the best event you can get for limited, because limited usually isn't very good. Let me go ahead and sort by rarity. Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. So this can win just on its own. I also like this, and I've found this to be good in slow games, which do tend to happen depending on your deck. So let's see what sort of artifacts we're working with, because this is going to be the base of the deck. So we got our fat artifacts over here, are just plain good ones right there. What's this? Power and toughness are equal to the number of cards in your hand. That guy doesn't seem too good. Let's see, you play him turn 5. He's like maybe a 3-3 or a 4-4. You can nug them a few times, and if you don't play anything, he gets big enough to battle, then you're not playing anything. I don't know if I like that. And that's pretty good. It's pretty useless. There's Infect. We'll put our Infect artifacts over here. And a Metalcraft artifacts. We're running out of room. There's lots of categories of artifacts. Running out of places to stick things, but we'll just stick this over here. It's not ever anything that jumps right out and says pick me, but I do like Perilous Mirror. There's actually one. I like Maresire. Gust Skimmers are good. Alright, let's work out if I want to play Infect with this Skitherix, or if I want this to be my one of Infect guy. Looks like the latter. We got some pretty good black cards in Spread the Sickness, where is it? Skin Render and Go for the Throat, but none of them in Infect. In green we've got decent Infect, but that's not Infect. None of the bombs. So I don't think we will be going Infect, but we'll certainly be bringing in this, and this. So what kind of a deck are we looking at here? We've got decent removal, and if we're gonna play this Sunblast Angel, which we likely will be, we can put in Partisan. Glimmerpoint Stagged is good. Master's Call, Gore Vassal, probably not the Sky Hunter. It's a bit too heavy. White. What have we got in blue? Oculus is alright. And then we've just got counterspells. Spire Serpent is pretty good. And in red we've got Blast, Burn the Impure, Concussive Bolt. If we bring in this good removal, Shaman, and then we put in Concussive Bolt, we could go for like a an aggressive kind of build. No, that's just really the Concussive Bolt really is the only thing that says that. The other stuff is all allows us to play late game. We've got enough removal that we can sort of, that's a lot of removal. Well, Rager is a good value card. We'll see where we are with this later. Goblin's not good enough. Vampires and Exsanguinate are both pretty good in damage-based black decks. We haven't got much in the way of green. I've played a number of Besieged events today. Today was actually the day it was released online, and I've played like 4 events. I played 3 sealeds in 1 draft, and I've played dinosaurs every single tournament today. It's a really good deck. I really like it. That's not what we're going to be doing here. Alright. Well, if we add in this, that works pretty well. What have we got in ways of sacrifice outlets? Nothing. Really? No. So Ichor Wellspring doesn't seem too good. If we're bringing Glimmerpoint Stag from our white, we could. That's one effect we could use with it. Throne of Geth, I guess, is another one, but we haven't got anything to proliferate, so that's not looking good. And the Sunblast Angel. Definitely want to play the Angel, but I'm not sure how heavily I want to commit to white in order to do that. It's going to be hard because it's a double color card to make it the only white card in the deck. So I am wary of that. I'm got to think of what I want to do with that. So Gargoyle works pretty well. Plague Mirror, what other mirror do we have? What other mana mirror? Nothing. No other mana mirror. So we can put in Plague Mirror to get up to this. Our 4s and our 5s and our 6s. These are pretty good at trading with the smaller creatures earlier, but when you can't give them flying, they lose value pretty quickly. Now we've run out of stuff to put in the deck, it seems. Did I put anything else over? Ah, I did put stuff over here. Snap Sail Glider. Definitely want this. Necrogen Sensor, we've got one thing to reset it if we play Glimmerpoint Stags. That doesn't seem too good either. We haven't got many of the really crazy engines that power some of the combos in Mirrodin. So we're gonna just have to rely on card quality alone, which is pretty good. We've got a very decent amount of removal. Enough to get us to this late game. We can fit in 2 more spells. Might have to play Gust Skimmer. Don't like that. Corpse Cur can't even get back any. Oh, it can get back Skitherix. That alone is kinda good. Oh, we do have this stuff I forgot about. This, this, and this. Those are some good ways to kill people. I like the vampires, but I like the Exsanguinate as well. Probably not as much, though. It's only really for the decks that get in a bunch of damage early and need that bit of reach at the end. Which this isn't really a deck like that. This can do damage later pretty easily with our flyers and our, well, just our flyers. Also, this against non-infect decks is a pretty good beater. We haven't got anything in the way of decent equipment. We do have the living weapons, so that's pretty good. So all I'm looking at is really is Concussive Bolt worth playing? There have been a lot of times against a lot of decks I've been playing that I've thought Concussive Bolt just kills me here. But I can't play around it, so I don't. Makes me want to put it in the deck. Maybe over a vampires. Does the same amount of damage, but it doesn't come with a body or life gain, which is sometimes relevant. But it gets through extra damage with the Metalcraft. So how many artifacts do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Not too many, no recurring artifacts except for Mercire, no tokens. So we can't reliably have Metalcraft really. So I can't really include that. And this is not good in sealed. It's good in fast decks in draft. In the wide aggressive decks it goes pretty well, and in the aggro infect decks it goes pretty well. But sealed games generally tend to go longer and you want to be blocking. Doesn't look like there's anything else I really want. So now it comes down to how do we play this angel? Got no kind of fixing. Which means for a double white card we would need something like 4 planes. 3 planes is pretty good for a single white card, but you need to draw 2/3 of your planes in order to cast one of your bombs. It's not all that likely. And that doesn't leave us much room for swamps and mountains. It's like 4, 4, 9. That's not very good. Perhaps I should take a lesson from my last video and just not splash the bomb. It did screw me over enough last time that I'm willing to consider that as a viable option, not playing the Sunblast Angel. Then I can go something like 12, 5, no, 11, 6. We haven't got too many red cards, but we do want to make sure we hit a mountain. We don't need too many swamps for anything. We only need 2 in total. 3 if we want to give this haste. I guess more if we want to regenerate this and play a black spell too. We can side into the Sunblast Angel fairly easily. There are a few good white cards, and we can bring it in unexpectedly. This leaves us with an extra spot. Do we want Tanglehulk, Exsanguinate, Nearok Replica, or Corpse Cur? Corpse Cur being a fairly bad 2/2 or 4, but it gets back one of the bombs. So that would be its sole goal. That seems a bit limited in its uses. Dragon of Rage doesn't seem all that important. Oh, I forgot we were still playing this. I suppose this does work in this kind of deck. You've got to have a ground stall, so got to be able to build a ground stall. Skin render on something, a dark steel sentinel, plus some random guy, 2/2. It's fairly decent at stalling the ground. Not much can get through because the big guys can be blocked by this, and the medium-sized guys will be trading down if they attack into a 2/2 and a 3/3. By that I mean 4/4s will be trading down, because 5/5s will get them both. Or something like Skin Render and Blake Cohen Vampires. That's a decent clog. And then the Decimator Web. Obviously it's the cards from the library that is the clock you're going for with the Decimator Web. It's 4 cards per turn, which kills relatively quickly. It's usually like a 5-turn kill, so you only want it in like the most stalled out situations. So with 40 seconds left, it's either Gust Skimmer, Sanguinate, Tangle Hulk. I don't want to do Tangle Hulk, it's too expensive. Our 5-drop slot is pretty filled already. Alright, we'll go with the Miser's Corpse Car, in the hope that our Skitherix dies and we get to bring it back. And we're going to submit this. On to the games.